Picture this. You're sitting across from someone who smiles at you. They ask how you're doing. Their voice is warm, but something feels wrong. Your gut screams, danger. You ignore it. 3 months later, you're exhausted, confused, questioning your own mind. You don't know what happened, but you know something changed. And it started with that person, the one who smiled. Here's what nobody tells you. Toxic people don't announce themselves. They don't walk in wearing a villain costume. They infiltrate, slowly, methodically, and by the time you realize what's happening, they've already rewired your brain. You've been taught to trust people, to give them the benefit of the doubt, to assume good intentions, and that programming is exactly what they exploit, because while you're being kind, they're being strategic. This isn't about paranoia, it's about pattern recognition, and the patterns are always the same. 7 signs, 7 tactics, 7 ways they mark you as a target before you even know the game has started. You think you're safe because you're smart, because you're aware, because you've read the articles and watched the videos, but intelligence doesn't protect you from manipulation. Sometimes it makes you more vulnerable. Because smart people rationalize, they explain away red flags, they construct elaborate justifications for behavior that should send them running, and toxic people know this, they count on it. So here's the truth. If you're watching this, someone in your life might already be running this playbook on you, and the longer you wait to recognize it, the deeper the hooks go. Let's pull them out. Sign 1. They study you like a textbook. In the beginning, they ask questions, lots of questions, about your past, your fears, your dreams, your wounds. And you think they're just interested, caring, present. But they're not connecting. They're collecting data. Every answer you give is filed away, cataloged, stored for later use. Because toxic people don't ask questions to understand you. They ask to find your weak points. This is called reconnaissance. It's a military term, and that's exactly what this is, psychological warfare. They're mapping your emotional terrain, finding where the walls are thin, where the defenses are low. Normal people ask about your life and then share their own. There's reciprocity, balance. But toxic people, they turn the spotlight on you and keep it there. And you feel special, finally understood. That's the trap. Jessica met someone at work. He was charming, attentive. He asked about her childhood, her relationship with her parents, her ex who broke her heart. She thought he was empathetic. He was taking notes. 6 months later, every argument they had, he used her own pain against her. He knew exactly what buttons to push, what words would break her, because she had handed him the manual, willingly. When someone shows unusual interest in your vulnerabilities, pay attention. Real connection builds slowly. Interrogation, disguised as intimacy, is a weapon being loaded. Sign 2. They isolate you in slow motion. It doesn't happen overnight. It starts small. A comment here, a suggestion there. They don't like your best friend. Your family is too controlling. Your coworkers are jealous. And they frame it as concern, as protection. They're looking out for you. They see things others don't. And because they've already built trust through all those deep conversations, you start to believe them. This is called controlled isolation. It's how cults operate, how abusers operate, how anyone who wants total control operates. Because once you're alone, you have no reality check, no outside perspective, just theirs. Your brain needs external input to stay calibrated. When you only hear one voice, that voice becomes your reality. And toxic people know this, so they systematically remove every other voice from your life. It's not dramatic, it's not obvious, it's a slow fade. You stop calling your friends because it's easier than hearing them criticize your new partner. You skip family dinners because they don't understand. And suddenly, you're alone. Marcus noticed his girlfriend hated when he went out with his friends. She never said he couldn't go. She just got quiet, sad, made him feel guilty for leaving her. So he stopped going, and then he stopped being invited.
A year later, he looked around and realized she was the only person left in his life, and when he tried to leave, he had no one to turn to, no support system, no escape route. That wasn't an accident. If someone in your life is slowly erasing everyone else from your world, that's not love, that's strategy, and you need to rebuild those bridges before they're completely burned. Sign 3. They rewrite history in real time. You remember a conversation clearly, what was said, what was promised, what happened. And then they tell you a completely different version, and they're so confident you start to doubt yourself. This is gaslighting, and it's not just lying, it's a systematic assault on your perception of reality. The goal is to make you question your own mind, your own memory, your own sanity.
Toxic people don't gaslight because they're confused. They do it because confusion is control. If you can't trust your own memory, you have to rely on theirs. And once that happens, they own your reality. Your brain is designed to resolve cognitive dissonance. When two versions of reality conflict, it picks one. And if the other person is calm, certain, and you're already doubting yourself, your brain will pick their version, even if it's wrong. This rewires your neural pathways. Over time, you stop trusting your own perceptions. You defer to them for everything, what you saw, what you felt, what actually happened. And that's exactly where they want you. Alicia's boss told her she'd get a promotion in 6 months. When 6 months passed and nothing happened, she brought it up. He looked confused, said he never promised that, said she must have misunderstood. She went home and questioned herself. Did she misunderstand? Was she making it up? She wasn't, but he said it with such certainty that she started to believe him. And that's how it starts. If someone consistently denies things you know happened, document everything. Texts, emails, recordings if legal. Because your memory isn't broken, it's being attacked. Sign 4. They perform empathy but never actually help. When you're struggling, they're the first to show up. They listen, they nod, they say all the right things. You feel supported, seen, cared for. But nothing changes. The problems persist. And when you look back, you realize they never actually did anything. They performed the role of support without providing actual support. It's theater. This is called empathy mimicry. Toxic people study emotional responses and replicate them. They've learned that appearing empathetic builds trust, but they don't feel it. They're running a script. Real empathy leads to action, even small action. A real friend doesn't just listen to you complain about your job. They help you update your resume, send you job postings, introduce you to contacts. They move the needle. Fake empathy keeps you stuck. Because you feel heard, you think progress is being made, but you're just venting into a void. And the toxic person benefits because you keep coming back, dependent, grateful, trapped. Daniel had a friend who was always available to talk. Every breakup, every career setback, every crisis. The friend listened for hours, validated his feelings, made him feel understood, but never once offered a solution. Years later, Daniel realized he was in the exact same place, same problems, same patterns. And his friend? Still there, still listening, still doing nothing. Because Daniel's stagnation was his friend's power source. If someone is always available to hear your problems but never helps you solve them, they don't want you to get better. They want you to stay broken and dependent. Sign 5. They create chaos and then rescue you from it. Your life was stable, then they entered, and suddenly everything is a crisis, drama, emergencies, problems that need immediate attention, and they're always there to help. This is called the chaos rescue cycle. They create the instability, then they position themselves as your savior. And because you're overwhelmed, you don't see that they're both the arsonist and the firefighter. Your nervous system gets addicted to this cycle. The chaos spikes your cortisol. The relief floods you with relief, and that relief feels like love, like safety, but it's not. It's dependency dressed up as connection. Toxic people need you in crisis mode because calm people think clearly, panicked people cling,
and clinging is exactly what they want. So they keep the fires burning just enough to keep you reaching for them. Your brain can't distinguish between a threat they created and a real external threat. All it knows is danger and relief, and the person providing the relief gets associated with safety, even if they're the danger. Nina's partner had a pattern. Every few weeks, something would go wrong, a fight, a financial crisis, a health scare, and every time he'd swoop in and fix it. She felt so grateful, so lucky to have him. It took her 2 years to realize the crises only happened when he was around. When he traveled for work, her life was calm, stable, peaceful. He wasn't solving her problems, he was her problem. If your life only falls apart when a certain person is in it, they're not your solution, they're your sabotage, and you need to remove them before the chaos becomes permanent. Sign 6. They punish you for boundaries. You finally say no, you set a limit, you ask for space, and suddenly they're hurt, disappointed, cold. They make you feel like you've done something wrong, like you're the bad guy. This is boundary violation through guilt. Healthy people respect boundaries. Toxic people see boundaries as rejection, as control slipping away, and they will do anything to make you take that boundary back. They don't argue with your boundary directly, that would be too obvious. Instead, they sulk, they withdraw affection, they punish you emotionally until you apologize for having needs, and it works because you're wired to avoid conflict.
Your brain interprets their withdrawal as social rejection, and social rejection activates the same pain centers as physical harm. So when you set a boundary and they go cold, your brain screams danger, and you cave. This trains you. Over time, you stop setting boundaries because the punishment isn't worth it. And once you stop defending your limits, they have unlimited access to your time, your energy, your life. Olivia told her friend she couldn't talk on the phone every night anymore. She needed time for herself. Her friend said she understood, then stopped responding to texts, stopped inviting her out, made her feel abandoned. Olivia apologized, said she didn't mean it, that she'd make time, and the calls resumed. Her boundary was gone, and her friend had trained her never to set one again. If someone punishes you for having limits, they don't respect you. They're training you to be controllable, and the only way to stop it is to hold the boundary, even when it hurts. Sign 7. They mirror you perfectly. In the beginning, you have so much in common. Same interests, same values, same sense of humor. It feels like fate, like you found your person, your twin flame, your soulmate. But you haven't. You found a chameleon. Toxic people don't have a stable identity. They shapeshift. They become whoever they need to be to hook you. And the person they become is you. This is called mirroring. It's a psychological tactic that creates false intimacy. When someone reflects your traits back to you, your brain interprets it as deep compatibility, as understanding, as connection, but it's manipulation. Real compatibility has friction, differences, disagreements, growth. When someone agrees with everything you say, likes everything you like, and never challenges you, they're not your match, they're your predator. Mirroring works because humans are narcissistic. We love people who remind us of ourselves, and toxic people exploit this. They study you, then they perform you, and you fall in love with your own reflection. Ryan met someone who loved all the same bands, read all the same books, had the same political views, same food preferences, same life goals. He thought it was destiny. It wasn't. It was a script. 6 months in, the mask slipped. The person he thought he knew didn't exist. The interests were fake. The values were borrowed. The entire personality was a costume, and Ryan was left with a stranger. If someone seems too perfect, too similar, too aligned, be suspicious. Real people have edges, contradictions, complexity. Perfection is a performance, and performances always end.
Here's what all 7 signs have in common. They're designed to destabilize you, to make you doubt yourself, to make you dependent. And the longer they run, the harder they are to escape. Because by the time you recognize what's happening, you're already in deep. Your reality has been rewritten. Your support system is gone. Your boundaries are eroded, and your sense of self is fractured. But recognition is the first step to freedom. You can't fight what you can't see, and now you see it. The patterns, the tactics, the game. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The next step is extraction, and it won't be easy. Toxic people don't let go willingly. They'll escalate, they'll guilt you, they'll promise change, they'll do whatever it takes to keep you hooked. Expect it. But you're not the same person you were when this started. You're awake now. You know the playbook, and knowledge is the antidote to manipulation. They can't run the same plays if you see them coming. Protect yourself, rebuild your boundaries, reconnect with the people they pushed away. Trust your gut, document everything, and when you're ready, walk away. Not with anger, with clarity, with power. Because the only way to win against a toxic person is to stop playing their game. And the moment you do, you take your life back, and they lose the only thing they ever wanted: control over you.